Long time no see, everyone. It's your old mate Jacargon back at it again. This time with my most worn items of the year of our Lord 2021. As always, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also feel free to comment too. I really do enjoy interacting with all of you. It also really helps out the channel a lot due to algorithm business, so I really sincerely appreciate it. So 2021 being the year that I really sort of went headfirst into this fashion thing after spending the last couple of months of 2020 sort of meandering about slowly making this change. It's interesting to look back and think, what did I wear the most out of what I acquired and what you've seen in all the capsule pickup videos, which if this is the first video that you're seeing on this channel, that is a whole series that you can check out. And interestingly enough, looking at this, a lot of the pieces that I've worn the most are indeed the pieces that I got pretty early on into this all. Maybe that's because I was most comfortable with them, but it seems that whenever I'm faced with, needing to pick an outfit or having to figure out what I need to dress appropriately for, these items are always what I just seem to gravitate towards too. Perhaps that is because they were the first things I did pick up. I don't know. So for this video, I want to break it down into different categories, be they accessories, outerwear, tops, bottoms, and shoes. So let's get this started with accessories. So accessories in 2021 is something that I really had to kind of wrap my head around because I never was one to wear like necklaces or rings or anything. So keeping it simple was really the outlook that I kind of decided was best. And here are the things that I did find myself wearing the most in 2021. So first up is this like chain with also a chain and a locket, like a little double layer thing. I got this off Depop and it was pretty affordable. I really did wear the heck out of this to the point where the locket part now has lost a lot of like the silver plating and has gone a bit ugh. So I don't really wear this anymore. I still wear this one from time to time, but this was pretty easy because I could just put them on, layer them each day and not really worry too much about how they were gonna look because they really went with anything, they're just silver. This one though, I would wear the most and I still do to this day because it's not a huge chain, it's not a very long chain either. And I think it looks pretty good with most things, so still love to wear this thing whenever I can. Next up in terms of change, I have this pant chain, wallet chain that I got from ST Station in Melbourne, which is like a K-fashion shop where they sell a lot of dupes. And honestly, I was looking for a wallet chain or a pant chain. I had no idea where to go. So I had this place recommended to me by a couple of people. And yeah, it's really my go-to when I'm trying to get some sort of like pant chain. They do sell necklaces and things, but because they are more Asian size oriented, they may not fit my neck. At least the ones that I've tried barely make it around my neck, so it's quite embarrassing trying to try these on, and the shop stuff are just giving me eyes and you're like, I'm trying, just please make larger sizes. I have a fat neck, I'm sorry. But anyway, I had a couple of chains from there. One unfortunately broke, but this is the remaining one. It has a little like handcuff detailing, which some people seem to really like, and some people seem to find it very kinky. I don't know. I just like how it looks, and I do try and wear a chain most times when I'm wearing pants or shorts that do have belt loops. I think it's a nice little accent and definitely gives a bit of extra vibes when you're getting dressed. Next up, accessory wise, is actually, I'm wearing it right now, but this watch, it's a Casio F91W. I totally didn't have to keep looking at it to try and get this take correct. And this is one of the first accessories I actually did buy and was very cheap online. It seems like they just have a plethora of them. And it's really nice to just have a watch that you can just sort of gravitate towards. This was the only wrist accessory I had for the longest time, so I would always just put this on. Then I went through a phase of not really being interested in wearing it, and now I'm back to it. I don't know. It's nice just being able to look at your wrist and be like, it's lunchtime. Instead of looking at it and being like, that's a wristband. I thought there was a joke there, but there wasn't. And finally, as currently being worn, are the rings that I have. Now, I went through a lot of different sort of rings that I picked up on Depop. It's really hard figuring out sizing and all of that. Basically, I wear these every day, day in, day out. And then I got a bunch of rings off another seller, and these 3 silver ones are the ones that I retained, as I really, really do like how they stack. And it's kind of like giving me, you know, discount Vivienne Westwood armor ring vibes. Definitely nowhere close to it, but I like how they, you know, are stacked on top of each other and kind of like move around when you are moving your fingers. I did have some other rings that I initially got that I really, really loved, but due to being drunk, I lost all of those within like 2 weeks. So I'm much more aware of the rings that I'm wearing now, and also where I put them. Now moving on to the shoes section. Now shoes are something that I have recently acquired a lot more of, actually. So to be fair, like the very few pairs that I will showcase here is because I didn't really have many other pairs of shoes. But then thinking about it a little more, like I still gravitate towards them because they are so comfortable and reliable, and you kind of know that they're gonna fit, how they're gonna fit, and what they can be used for. So again, matter of just being used to things. So first of all, I have my plain black Vans Authentics. Now I wore the hell out of these through 2021, not necessarily with outfits, because it was mainly my gym shoe and also my dancing shoe. So anytime I had to do any sort of a physical activity, these were the shoes that I would wear for that. I really, really do like the Vans Authentics. I would recommend them to anyone. As a beta, do whatever you want with them, but really, really like the shoe. Lately, I don't wear them as much, but I do still have a soft spot for them. And you know that they're gonna fit, and you know they're gonna be able to do a bunch of things. I would just never recommend running in these because they're not runners. So please take care of your feet and surrounding body parts. That's a PSA. Next up, if you've been along for this ride, you'll know that they have featured quite a bit, but they are my Ramones, which I no longer have any pairs of Ramones. That's a separate story for a different video, but I'll have some overlay of me wearing the Ramones. But I was going to these day in, day out, so reliable. I think they looked so good with literally anything. I was just a little nervous wearing them out because they were quite expensive shoes comparatively to everything else that I'd had. So I didn't really put them through a lot of strife, but I did find myself gravitating towards these almost every day. Like honestly, one of my favorite pairs of shoes I've ever had, and cannot recommend them enough. All right, so finally rounding out the shoe section, we have my short tongue Geobaskets. Now these were an incredible find, as I did mention in the video where I introduced them. And since then, these are kind of like the shoe that I wear when I am going, oh, look how gross they are underneath. These are kind of like the shoe that I wear when I am going out and want a nice shoe, but know that these will be able to take a bit of hustle and bustle, and I know that they won't fall apart. They've really, really had a good dance in them, and I really, really like wearing these out. I don't think I'll ever get rid of these shoes. There's so many shoes that I have that, I think like, eventually I'll probably get over them and move on, but these were such a special find. And going through the story of getting the soles replaced and, the little stains and bits here and there, the attachment that I have to them and the good fond memories that I have, I'll probably keep these around. But let's see in 2022 at the end of the year whether I stick to that. But yeah, love these shoes. If you can get a pair, definitely recommend them. Okay, so moving to clothing, I just wanted to make a quick shout out to my Uniqlo thin Heattech top that I've had since I was in Japan. So I've had this for maybe like 4 or 5 years, maybe longer now. And this top, while it looks pretty nothing, has saved me through a lot of potentially cold times. I overheat super easily, and I find that wearing a lot of external layers really make me just get way too warm way too quickly. So having a very, very thin Heattech layer really, really makes a difference in the colder months, and can turn just, wearing 1 or 2 layers into being like, uncomfortable. I like this. Love this top. Should probably get a couple more, but we'll see depending how cold it gets this year. But yeah, shout outs to Uniqlo Heattech. Okay, outer layers. Really, there is only one thing that I found myself wearing all the time, and that is this bomber jacket. I think it's a military surplus one. I got it off GroundY, one of the first purchases I made. It is reversible, and I really, really do love this. It has, you know, the typical slightly cropped bomber fit. I don't know, it doesn't really go as long as I initially would have wanted, but I've gotten used to it and I really, really love it. It's got some sort of insulation, so it does keep you relatively warm, and you can also scrunch it up real small to fit in your bag or your tote, so really like that. And like the reversible, I only ever wore one time, but it was at this party we went to, and the theme of the party was harvest, and I would say like 90% of the people there were not adhering to the theme, or maybe didn't even know what the theme was, but there was a group of people dressed as carrots who would parade around chanting harvest, harvest. And then if you went and interacted with them, they'd give you like sliced carrots. Delicious, surprising as well. But when one of them noticed that I was wearing this bomber and saw that it was orange on the inside, they started chanting like one of us, and then all started pointing at me. And so I had to like reverse the bomber jacket, and then I became one of the carrots, and that's the happiest I've been in a long time. Good times. And yeah, good jacket. Moving on to tops. So I guess like not outerwear, but like t-shirts and things. We have everyone, like if anyone has been watching anyone's videos on any sort of type of like men's fashion, you will have definitely seen this so many times. And I have to agree, it is, you know, it is the GOAT. This is the Uniqlo Oversized Airism t-shirt, and it is the t-shirt that I wear the most, hands down. I wear this to the gym, I wear this on bike rides, I wear this on regular days out, I wear this wherever. It is just so versatile. It has such a lovely oversized fit. I picked one up in a medium as well, just in case I wanted a smaller fit overall. But it's just so versatile, has a very interesting material, and honestly, because I am, you know, a sweaty guy, it is nice having a top that dries very quickly and is also very light. So this thing ticks so many boxes, and it's the GOAT. This is the best t-shirt. And I think it's like $15 or $20. $20 max here in Australia. So definitely recommend picking one up. Go try them on. I went size large, but it is oversized. So maybe even sizing down depending on the fit that you want. But this is the top. This is the top, and I have to agree, and hashtag not sponsored. Next up is this Yohji Yamamoto GroundY. Let's go with a side button top. It's very, very long, and the buttons go all the way down the side, and the rear section is longer than the front. You can adjust the silhouette, I guess, with the buttons. I've only ever done that once, and I didn't like how it looked, but this is a really, really lovely top that I've got. It looks interesting, it seems different, and sorry, my battery died and back, the framing is gone, the dream is over. But yeah, this side button t-shirt is a really nice fit. It's very, very oversized as well. And I came to, you know, wear this along with some upcoming pants that you'll see very, very often. But this features in my first ever proper fit pic for Instagram as well. So very, very fond of it. And I really, really do like this top, and will definitely bust it out for many looks to come. So then the final top out of the ones I wore most in 2021 was another Yohji Yamamoto GroundY top. This is a very, very long line, short sleeved with a pocket top. It can be worn as a dress. I've never really thought of attempting that because I kind of like having a layered look. It has this nice little button detail towards the bottom that you can undo to adjust the silhouette as well, make it a little bit wider and a bit more flappy in the wind, should you want it that way. But I really, really do love this one as well. I have always gotten comments when I do wear it, and I don't know, it's interesting wearing something so long but not so constricting. I just really love how it looks, and that again, with the right pair of pants, mwah, chef's kiss. Okay, so now the final section of the video, which is bottoms. So first up, we have these Yohji Yamamoto Sight wrap pants. These are I think they're in a wool, so I don't really bust them out in the hotter months. I might like to get the same pair in a more welcoming to warmer months fabric. But I love the look of these. They have this wrapping part that you can sort of tie behind or have come out the front that sort of flaps in the wind as you walk. You all know how much I love that kind of stuff. You can tie that part at the front here with this band. It's also got a draw cord so they can fit many, many sizes. The hems are elasticated as well, which I actually thought was pretty cheap at first, but then noticing that a lot of Yohji style pants do have elasticated hems, I sort of thought, why did I think that was cheap? I don't know. Maybe I should make a video on like misconceptions I had about designer fashion or something. I don't know. Maybe that's something I should do. But these pants look awesome. They can be tucked into like boots or high tops, and then they kind of bunch out, making it look like, I don't know, a nice cool Dragon Ball Z type silhouette. At least that's what most people say, but I really like how they look and flow, and just, yeah, really, really happy with these pants. It's just funny as well. These are like one of the first pairs I got too. So it's interesting how some of the first things that I got, I haven't really thought to get rid of, and they've just stuck around. And finally, the last pair of pants, or I guess a pair of shorts, the long shorts, are these Yohji Yamamoto Black Scandal half pants, which is just shorts in Japanese. But these pants are my goats, or at least have been my favorite for the past, well, since I got them. I got them for an amazing deal, and the quality of them is amazing. They kind of look like you're wearing hakama pants, which are very, very wide pants, almost look like a skirt. And they're just so comfortable, so breezy, so useful in any sort of temperature. I am such a fan of these pants, and I did actually find a pair recently, and I wondered, should I have two pairs of the same pants? And then I convinced myself, no, that's a terrible idea. But in case anyone is looking for a pair, I can maybe try and find them again, because these are just so versatile. They can just make a look. You can be wearing a plain black Uniqlo top, put these on and some nice shoes, and you're set. It really brought to my attention how important pants may be, or what a difference a nice pair of pants can make to an outfit. And as such, like, if I'm really not sure of what to wear, if I wear at least these, I know that I'm gonna look relatively nice and I will feel nice in them. And that's really powerful. I feel awesome in these pants. I love wearing them. I probably won't stop wearing them for a very, very long time, and just cannot get enough. Really highly recommend these if you can find them. So those were my most worn items of 2021. It has been interesting to like hold them and look at them and talk about them. Yeah, as I said in the beginning, it's very, very interesting how basically all of these items I did get towards the start of the year. And yeah, perhaps that's why I have more of an attachment to them. They've been around the longest and I've had the most time to use them all. But also it could be that now that the wardrobe is getting substantially bigger, if you are like thinking, oh, what can I wear? You just go to what works, right? You go to the very few things. In fact, the items that I've shown here, maybe I could add a couple of things like a button up and a pair of boots, and that's a pretty solid wardrobe to just wear all the time and still be looking good. Perhaps I should do that for a challenge. What do you think? Do I do that for like a week or 2 weeks or a month? I don't know. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see how minimal we could go with what I have so far. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's been fun talking about these. More videos to come as per usual. I hope you're staying safe out there and taking care of yourselves wherever you may be. I will definitely see you again. Have fun, stay safe, and as always, don't do anything I'd do. Until next time, bye-bye.